Hello and welcome to the Football Parliament podcast, your one-stop destination for all your football debates, discussions, and opinions. Last week on our Instagram page, we asked you for all your football opinions, rather the most unpopular opinions in the world of football. So today, me and Vedant are here to discuss those opinions with you. Before starting, I'll just ask you guys to do not forget to like, comment, and share, and follow us on our Instagram as well, where we put in questions for you guys and react to them on our videos. So it will be a very great chance for you and your question to feature on our video. Vedant, starting with the very first question. As we all know that you are a Real Madrid fan, the very first
Yeah.
question comes in that in case Mbappe, the situation that is very likely that Mbappe will be coming to Real Madrid next season, in the future,
Hmm.
Kamavinga will be more important to Real Madrid than Mbappe.
I don't know who's put this question up, but this is, of course, unpopular football opinions. That is not true. Kamavinga is a very good player. He's showing his abilities just right now. He's got a goal and an assist in his last two games, so that's great. But I don't think Kamavinga will be as important as Kylian Mbappe. I mean, Kylian Mbappe is deemed to be the next guy who will win multiple Ballon d'Ors in the upcoming years, like two to three Ballon d'Ors or whatever. So I don't think he'll be as important as Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe is supposed to be the main man for Real Madrid in the decade, and I really doubt. No, this is unpopular football opinion. This is more of a funny opinion, should I say?
But I really can think of the situation where Kamavinga will get one extra year at Real Madrid and maybe
See,
he develops into one of the best players.
Kamavinga's talent is immense, no doubt about that. But comparing, I mean, this guy is treating Mbappe like he's nothing. So I just don't know.
No, but see, the thing is that he's not saying that he won't be the poster boy. Obviously, Mbappe will be the poster boy, but
Hmm.
Kamavinga will be more important for the future of the game. How do you see this opinion?
I don't think so. I mean, if you're relying on the importance of a player in a game, I think, especially an attacker, you definitely need to see his goals and assist tally. And Mbappe this season, again, has 50 goal plus assists just for PSG. So that's immense at the age of 22. Only players like Messi and Ronaldo have done that, have those stats even at 22. So it's pretty good for Mbappe. And of course, next season, he's going to be at Real Madrid. And let's see what happens. I just hope he
So
doesn't
what
flop.
is so what is the next opinion we have?
The next opinion is from a Chelsea fan for you, Chirag, though. Drogba is a way better big game player than Messi, but people aren't ready for that conversation.
Calling him at the levels of Messi or Ronaldo, I think they are both on the same levels, but I really do not feel that situation. That situation is anywhere near to like. Obviously, see, Drogba has his own importance. The thing he did for Chelsea at the club level, and majorly what he did for his own country. Like what we generally say is he stopped the war. One man in this world stopping a war is something very big. But talking as keeping about the situation here, like you said about big match player, I do not really know when did I see Messi not performing against a big team. Obviously now he's at PSG, but comparing him to
Against
that level is
PSG,
not. Yeah, against PSG, but definitely that was not in his hands, right? And talking about
yeah.
Drogba as well, he performed in the
I
Champions League
mean,
final, the
it
biggest
was. I mean,
game.
he missed a tap in and a penalty in that game. It could have changed the
But
situation for Barcelona, but okay.
But no, but Drogba to the Messi levels is not. But I think Drogba is underrated according to the levels he should be talked about, but definitely not the levels of Messi and Ronaldo. Being a Chelsea fan, being an unbiased Chelsea. Yeah. So the next comment comes in for you is it is that Phil Foden is nowhere near to the greatness that all English fans state that he is.
I mean, it is an unpopular opinion for a reason. I think Phil Foden is one of the most talented English youngsters right now, and he's very, very important for Manchester City at the moment and will be in the future. I think Man City fans are overhyping him a bit. Yes, that is there, but he's very technical. He's very talented, and yeah, I
I
mean, I
just
don't think
wish we
so.
had I just wish we
Foden is
had
pretty
Parash
great.
for this opinion. I
Yeah,
know his
because
opinions. No, obviously talking
anyways,
about
going back to
both
the
Foden
topic,
and Mount. Talking about
yeah.
both Foden and Mount, I'll see that both of them have the potential. both of them have what it takes to be at the greatest level. They both of them have that, but comparing them to that level at this moment is obviously not right. But I
Hmm.
do not agree with this opinion clearly because Foden has shown that he has the potential, and maybe under someone like Pep Guardiola, he will prove himself. Maybe he did for
Hmm.
England team as well. He played his role perfectly for the English team in the Euros as well. So I really don't know if I should stand with this opinion, but yes, comparing them to the biggest players right now is not correct. But definitely
Yeah.
over the time we have to see. It is not certain he has the potential, but he can or he might not. That is the question.
See, Mount's impact with Chelsea is immense and more than Phil Foden's impact with Man City. But keeping all this aside, what I can say about Phil Foden is that he's two-footed. Ellie, he's a two-footed technical dribbler, and players like those are rare. I mean, they're a rare sight these days. You don't see two-footed technical dribblers anymore. Matlab, they're should I say a
Yeah,
dying breed or whatever you want to call it. I think Phil Foden is a great player, and of course, he's going to do great things ahead. So I completely disagree with this opinion.
definitely. Moving on to the next. What is the next opinion?
The next opinion is on your favorite player, Timo Werner. The question is, sorry, the opinion is Timo Werner is not half bad for Chelsea.
I see the Chelsea bias on our page, and that definitely will come with our page because two of the three people out here are Chelsea fans. So I really don't care if you batter us on football groups or what. We will follow support Chelsea, and we do not care. And
Yeah,
coming back to the question, yeah. Werner is not half bad. See, people who criticize Werner actually do not watch Chelsea games. The last season where Lukaku was not here, I'll talk about that time. People were not appreciating the fact how Werner was playing in the team. They come up with seeing the highlights that he missed a tap in. They come up seeing the small instances or clips on Twitters or your Instagrams, and they come up that Werner is not scoring. He missed a tap in. He missed this. He missed that. But if you really watch Chelsea's game, that Chelsea is are the champions of Europe, and one reason is Werner because the spaces that he creates, he has the ability to drag defenders with him. He has the ability to destabilize the defensive lines. Talking about one
I think
instance itself, when
his off the ball
yeah,
awareness is pretty underrated, and people just slander him for missing 2 to 3 tap-ins, and those reels are constantly shown on Instagram or any social media platform,
exactly.
which is completely, incorrect. First of all, I think Timo Werner is in his first season for Chelsea had 28 goal plus assists. So that's a pretty good statistic given he's a forward and it's his first season, a season of adaptation to the Premier League. So I don't think so. I mean, Werner so far has been really very good for Chelsea. Not scoring a lot of
No,
goals, but
not
just
I
look at his
see.
assist
See, I'll
tally.
not classify him as one of the best players for Chelsea in the previous season because obviously we have seen what Lukaku has done. That was something expected from Werner at the time that he'll come from Bundesliga and score goals for fun. Obviously, Chelsea lacked that striker in front, but Timo Werner's game was much more than uh, scoring goals. And one instance I'll tell you is everyone saw the Champions League final. Everyone is
Yeah.
appreciating Mount's assist to Havertz and Havertz score, but no one remembers
Hmm.
that Ruben Diaz or the central defender, I do not exactly remember who it was.
Werner
Werner dragged
dragged
the
him to the left.
player, and
To
we
the
got
left.
Havertz got into
The
the
space
space.
got opened
That was
up.
the main reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That is the situation because I feel that the opinion here is he's half good for Chelsea or not half bad for Chelsea, and that is the most accurate statement I can tell about Werner being a Chelsea fan as well.
Yeah. I mean, if you've seen these days with these Instagram reels, they're just slandering players for fun. I mean, Maguire, if you've seen him last season, I mean, all of his stats, defensive stats in the Premier League, he leads in all of them. And they're just slandering him for his no look defend or something like that, and his reels where he's missing up opportunities. So I don't think you should discredit a player just based on a 10-minute, 10 seconds video. I think that's pretty bad. Anyways, moving on to the next
Next,
question.
yeah, it is Ozil's time at Real Madrid is underrated. Do you feel so?
Ozil's time. I mean, I have a mixed opinion on this. I mean, he created 130 chances in a league, and he holds that. I mean, he's got this achievement where he's created the most chances in a league season ever. I think it's around 130 or something like that. It was at Real Madrid when we won the La Liga in 2012. I think, yeah, he is pretty underrated. I mean, Ozil is getting credit for what he's done in his career, but his time at Madrid isn't spoken about enough. That's right. Yeah.
But according to me, when you talk about the best players, see, if his performances were great in Real, that was what helped him earn a move to Arsenal to become one of the best players in the Premier League. If you talk about
Hmm.
5 to 6 years back, when players like Sanchez were in the Premier League, Hazard was in the Premier League, Ozil was the conversation amongst the top 5 players of the world of the
Hmm.
league, sorry, at that time. So do you really feel that his time was underrated? Maybe you can say that he was underrated, but it was his choice to move to a new team, right?
See, I mean, there was this article which I read that Madrid were looking for rebuilding their squad for the Champions League, etc., because they were getting eliminated in the semi-finals, etc. They wanted a refresh of the side, bringing in Modric, other players. So that's why they let Mesut Ozil leave. Mesut Ozil has, I think, 80 assists for Real Madrid in 2 to 3 seasons. And see, the thing with Madrid players, especially at the time when Ronaldo was there, is that he was the main man. He was getting the spotlight. He was getting credit for their wins, their success, etc. So even players like Modric, Cruz weren't really that appreciated when Cristiano Ronaldo was in the team. So I think yes, Ozil's time at Madrid is underrated. I agree with the statement.
What is the next question?
So the next question is again from the Premier League fan. It's based on Mohamed Salah. Is Salah, Salah is the best Premier League player right now?
That is a very difficult question to answer because if you are the best player in the league, you have to play. If not the best team in the league, you have to play for at least the second best team in the league. If I'm not wrong. See, it does not matter. Sorry, I take my opinion back that he has to play for the best team in the league. But is Salah the most best player when you have the likes of De Bruyne? I will even count in a player like Kante in this conversation where who has like helped Chelsea win the Champions League last year. In terms of if you
I
are saying he's the
think,
best forward in the league, I'll completely agree with you that he is the best forward in the league. He is
but now with
scoring
Ronaldo and
consistently.
Lukaku in the league,
That is a different opinion. Obviously, the person who has written this also knows that Ronaldo and Lukaku are not part of this discussion
yeah.
anything. Yeah. So obviously, talking about the players like Bruno Fernandes, maybe Bruno Fernandes alone had that impact, the single man impact that Manchester United needed. But yes, I can agree on this opinion that he is the best forward in the league, but calling him the best player in the league does not go with me because I am a Chelsea fan. I cannot be biased over Salah, a player you obviously know has that Chelsea history. I don't know. But yeah, this is an unpopular opinion. I can agree on this fact that this is unpopular, but this is not as unpopular because for every Liverpool fan, Salah is the best player. So I really do
Hmm.
not disagree with this fact.
See, what my thoughts are, I think he is the best winger in the league for
So,
sure.
even
For
a forward, if you even consider the like
Yeah, I
Kane
mean,
and
let's
stuff,
just
I
keep out
agree.
Ronaldo, Kane, Lukaku out of this conversation. Let's
No, no,
just
no, no,
talk
no, no,
about
not even
forwards.
Kane, not even Kane, not even Kane. Put in Kane as well. I think Salah is better than Kane.
Yeah, let's remove Ronaldo and Lukaku out of this conversation
Yeah,
and let's
obviously
talk
the new
about it
signings.
because he's consistently scored 20 goals in the league for the last 5 seasons. And of course, his performances are pretty good, especially the 17, 18, 18, 19 Mohamed Salah. So I think, yeah, maybe he is the best Premier League player. I think if this guy played for a side like Chelsea or a side like City or United, I don't think this would have been a conversation because the bias people have against Liverpool, that is pretty much
No,
there.
leave
So
it. The bias that Liverpool fans have for their own players is more than anything. They feel
that
Origi is
is
better
that
than
is
Lukaku.
different. That that is a different concept. Them saying Salah is better than Messi or something like that. That's completely different. But what I'm saying is that players like Trent, who are just appreciated for that crossing and not for their good football or something like that. They're not really appreciated that much. So I think maybe Salah is the best Premier League player. I can't really have a say here because I'm not following Premier League for a very very long time. So maybe
So
I don't know.
one thing that you definitely can answer is La Liga is not even the top second or the best second best team, league in the world right now. It has fallen far behind the other leagues.
No, I mean La Liga is Premier League is the best league in the world, no doubt about that. Second being La Liga. I mean, are you seriously telling me that Ligue 1
Do
or
you, yeah,
Bundesliga are better than La
no, no,
Liga?
no. But definitely, see, when you talk about your Spanish league, Right now, do you really feel that La Liga is imposing any threat to other big teams? Any team in La Liga?
In Europa League, maybe. I mean, I can't really.
And first,
Yeah, I
see, and
mean, not
first,
in Europe. Not in Europe. Not much of a threat.
no, no,
Spanish
no,
sides are
see,
not much of a
it's not
threat.
about Europe as well. Talking about the competition as well. Barca is degrading, so I'll keep Barca out of this conversation. But La Liga has termed as three teams versus the 17 teams.
Hmm.
When was the last time you saw someone other team coming into a top three or any of these three teams going out of the top four competition? When was the last time that
See,
you saw?
I think that was 2002 or 2004, something like
Yeah,
that, where
exactly, exactly.
Deportivo Alaves won the league. But see,
No, no, no.
let's
See,
just
see,
keep that
see,
all
no,
aside. You also need to
no,
take
no,
into consideration that Atletico Madrid, Sevilla won the Europa League, Villarreal won the Europa League, Villarreal went to Champions League semi-finals, something like that. When you're talking
no.
about La Liga,
We are talking about leagues here. This is not just about
yeah,
the team, best team. We are talking about the leagues. We are talking about Granadas, your very small teams, your Levantes, everything. Crystal Palaces and
Granada
every
is not
stuff.
a small team; they're a pretty good side, for your information.
When you're talking about Real Madrid, you are not putting Granada over them or on their level, right?
Yeah,
Granada
yeah,
is a small team when you compare to the European teams. But I'm talking about teams
yeah.
like Crystal Palace or Granada. But when I talk about the second best league right now, what I feel is before this season, I thought it was hands down, it was the Italian league. The competition that they have for top four, it was nail biting competition till the last breath. AC Milan, Inter
Chirag,
Milan,
that was
Juventus,
there. Wait a second.
Napoli,
That was there
Lazio.
in La Liga too.
But you know that all teams were underperforming in that. Real Madrid was underperforming,
Okay,
Barca
that
was
was there.
underperforming. Yeah, but
See, no, no,
Juventus
no, no,
were
no. Wait.
playing with
Real Madrid, Barcelona were underperforming, but Real Madrid weren't. I mean, Real Madrid after
okay.
January, they were clearly not underperforming.
Yeah, after January, right? But the competition
Yeah.
in Italian league was the whole league. Talking about right this situation as well. When you talk about Italian league, give me a team that will definitely finish in top four.
Definitely Italian league. AC Milan, Inter Milan, Roma.
Definitely.
This season.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
AC Milan, Inter Milan, Roma. Confirmed.
I
Three
really don't
spots at
think.
least.
What about Napoli and Juventus? They are performing at their best.
Juventus are 16th right now. I understand that
No,
the
no,
season
no.
has just
Juventus
started.
not
That's
performing,
a
but
different thing.
Juventus
Hmm.
is the giant or are the giants of the Italian league, right?
Yeah.
How can you
So what
count
happened?
them out? How can you count them out? You have Lazio.
Juventus, I
Lazio is
think, will
performing
finish
well.
out of the top four.
Napoli,
Lazio is not
Lazio.
performing well. Napoli is also not performing up to the mark. Yes, let's take Napoli. Napoli,
No,
Inter
I'm
Milan,
talking
AC
about not
Milan.
the current form. I'm talking about the reputation that they have as a club and the potential
Oh,
that they have a
hmm,
club. When you talk
hmm,
about all teams at their best potential, Real Madrid and Barcelona and Atletico Madrid take away like they are the three standout teams in the league. But in Italian league, everyone is playing to the best of their potential.
hmm,
You do not know. Anything can happen.
hmm,
Roma can win the league. Juventus can go out of the top four or even the top six.
hmm.
That is my point. I somewhat agree with this opinion that La Liga is not the second best league now in this world, definitely. But yeah, after Ronaldo and Lukaku
Maybe it's
leaving,
my
things
bias.
change.
Maybe it's my
Yeah,
bias,
yeah,
but I
exactly,
disagree with this opinion. I
exactly.
mean, if you're talking about entertaining matches, last of the 3 to 4 games of Atletico, they've
Don't,
got like
don't,
95th
no, no,
minute
no.
winners.
Don't get me started on entertaining matches. Then I have to come to Bundesliga. If you really do not watch Bundesliga, then you are missing out on the real football. I'm
No, I
telling
do
you.
watch Bundesliga a bit.
Yeah, but
Anyways, on to the
that
next
are the
one.
matches
We're
real.
taking a lot of
Yeah,
time on this
maybe the
one.
last one. Yeah, last one.
Yeah, maybe the last one. The question is, Saka in a better team than Arsenal would be better than Phil Foden.
Is this even a question? Is this unpopular? I
I
really
don't
don't
know.
think
I
this is
mean, I don't
this is
really see
unpopular.
Bukayo Saka much.
No. Bukayo Saka is a quality player. He is the best player in Arsenal. That is hands down, no doubt that he is the best player for Arsenal according
What
to
about
me.
Aubameyang?
Aubameyang is aging. Nothing. If you would have said it Tierney, I would have considered it as an option. But Saka is clear of them. Maybe he is not back to his best in this season, but definitely he will come up short. Like he will show what he has the potential. The last season he was carrying Arsenal, and it would not be wrong if he's playing for a team like. to any top four team right now, Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United, or Man City, he will be rated very highly, and maybe he will be used better as well. What I feel is. So yeah, this is
Hmm.
not even an unpopular opinion. If this is unpopular, I completely agree with this. I'll say.
Hmm.
So
Okay,
yeah.
so we'll entertain two more questions and then we'll end the podcast.
Okay.
So the two
So I'll give
questions,
you. No, I'll give you the first question. My last question is: diving isn't really that bad in a game.
diving, I think I'll agree with this. I mean, if you're winning the game by diving and getting a penalty, why would it be bad? Ultimately, you're getting the
But
3 points, right?
it is not. It is not about 3 points. It is about
It's
sportsmanship,
unethical.
I'll say.
It's
Yeah.
unethical. That's
Exactly.
different. But if you're winning the game, why not?
I differ on this opinion. Like every time diving is not the option because it might deceive the result of a game. It might be beneficial for you, but not the best for the team or best for the love of the game for the fans. You know how emotionally fans are connected to that. And if you are diving,
Yeah.
see, first of all, you know that slash is coming to you, and referees at this moment are not at all that good. And let alone referees, VAR is also not that good according to
Hmm.
me, at least in the Premier League, that they will check in dives and that will alter the result. Obviously, if it is helping
Hmm.
you at one point, it is fine. It is an unpopular opinion. I can agree, but not all times. Like your players like Sterling and Neymar, they cannot go away
Hmm.
easy. Is what I feel.
See, that's because they have a dirty reputation of diving. That's completely different. But if, for example, if I have to say that, see, against United, sorry, against, was it West Ham? United were facing West
Yeah,
Ham,
yeah.
Ronaldo dive.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he had two to three dives. Two of them were proper knocks. One was a dive, that was clear. But still, I think if he got that penalty, United, and keeping into consideration Lingard didn't score his goal. So if Ronaldo was given that penalty, that would have changed the game. United would have got the 3 points, and ultimately 3 points when the season ends. It matters a lot. Maybe those, if you hadn't got that 3 points, you would finish out of the top four. You won't be playing Champions League football. So ultimately, if you're getting those 3 points, you're winning the game. I don't think diving isn't that bad
Exactly.
because
I
for
can agree.
footballers, managers,
Moving on to the last question.
yes, yeah. So the last question is, and of course I'll agree with this. Peter Cech is top five keepers of all time.
All time. As a Chelsea fan, yes. I feel so as a Chelsea fan. It is the thing that he is the best five keepers in the world right now. Oh, not right now, obviously in this time, but when you talk about all time, you have many like Leshin, if I'm taking that name correctly,
Casillas,
Neuer,
Buffon.
Casillas, Buffon. That is a very long list. I don't know.
Honestly,
Yes, but I can say that because when you talk about success, Peter Cech has helped Chelsea get every success that the club wanted from him. Coming from a club like Rennes, he came to Chelsea and he got everything that Chelsea ever wanted. Like they got in, he got the Champions League. Has won the Europa League. He has won the Premier League many times. And talking about Champions League itself, he was the reason Chelsea won the Champions League because if he would not have saved that extra time penalty, the game would have never gone into penalties. And talking about penalties, he was the hero of our penalties. So I can see, yeah, he is in the top five. If not top five, he is in the top seven
just
keepers of the
outside the
world.
top five. I think just
Yeah,
outside the
yeah,
top five.
on the ring because for some people it might be top five, for some people he might not be in the top five. So I'll say he's on the fence on this question. But as a Chelsea fan, I will agree on this. If I am
Yeah.
biased, I do not care.
Anyways, that is the video for today, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to our channel, and I hope you all liked our reacting to unpopular football opinions video. Stay tuned for more.